The biological meaning of the chant Om and the complementary chant OE of the Inca. O correlates with the inner earth here in the small intestine, where the food that comes from all of creation into blood. And right, it connects with the brain. It's very obvious. You say, you can feel it all vibrating here, in the lower part of the brain. So when we say Om, O, inner earth and inner heaven connects inside. And why do we chant Om? In correlation with the union of inner heaven and inner earth. That is the biological preparation to deliver the total answer. But we will not know what the answer is unless we know the question. This most of humanity don't realize. We have our own personal questions and answers, create our own systems, laws. But the original question, in order to give the total answer, that is important. That is more than important. It's the goal of life to give that answer. And that correlates with the last question. So the first question and the last question have a relationship. So there's a gap. It's a gap, space between question and answer. So we call this a delay. And that gap gives us an opportunity to have an experience to find out what is the total answer. So the question, you have to know. Here's where it's begun. In the great mystery, the totality, the nothing, the divine deep sleep, the origin, the source, the non-manifest. That's where they come from. And everyone and everything comes from here. So, in order to become aware, conscious, we had to be able to discern. So we need a contrast. So that's why we need a portal, I call this the mystery egg, or the original seed. By that portal, we can exit the source. Exit. That is the so-called Big Bang, the polarization. So the question and the context in which we can have an experience to find out what the answer is. The question, this is a reminder, is, who am I? That's the original I am. So we enter the portal. So the I am, the mysterious I am, had to become conscious of the I am. That's the experience. So the totality, that is creation, had to be centered. Why? Because that center correlates with the portal through which we can come back to the one who did the question. So the one who asked the question is also the observer. But in the totality, in the so-called darkness, right, or deep sleep, you cannot observe. You need a contrast. Observe. So now in this creation, we can observe. So the one, the observer, also is within this creation, but the observation is temporary, conditional, because this is conditional. It's only a certain time and space in which you can have an experience, such as the seed and the tree relationship. That one, the seed is in the tree and the tree is in the seed. So they need each other. So the seed is the portal. And the tree, that is the mirror. So we find ourselves, right, in this seed and tree. We are in the center and they are in the circle. But we need now the unification, the union, the harmony between the circle and the center, between the observer and the mirror. So what we see in the mirror, everything that we see around us in the big circle, that is within us. That's in the seed. If we plant the seed, everything within the seed is revealed. That's why you plant the seed in the soil. First you see a root, and then a branch. One connect with earth, one connect with heaven. To connect with a greater circle. To communicate. And that's a temporary, the conditional. So the tree has a beginning and end. But the seed continues. And that's why the tree creates the seed and more seeds. Because the circle, the center, that is the eternal, the absolute. So through the duality, that seed can be multiplied to continue with the revelation, what's in the seed. And the seed contains the infinite possibilities. I'm talking about the total seed, the original seed, the essence of the totality. That's the seed. That also correlates with the portal. So we plant the seed, it's the seed. See, we plant the seed and creates a root. So now humanity is rooted in the earth. And the earth correlates with his body. So the observer, the one who asked the question, is rooted in this body. Right? But like a seed, first you get the root, and then you get the branch. That's the return. That's the answer. So the question, the root, the answer. So humanity now is rooted, see? Rooted, materialistic, rooted. And there's the inquiry, even through microscope, studying matter, what's inside, what is inside, investigation, have an experience. Here. And all the experiences, the awarenesses that we gain in this rooting process, right, using this body, we have to refine that awareness, that materialistic awareness. That is also correlates with the horizontal, that constituted the circle, the horizontal. So all of this, we have to refine that awareness, that observation. We have to refine. And that's why we have a head that contains the brain. So the refinement happens by the body, right, having the refined food, that is the blood, for the blood to have a total body experience to be refined here in the brain. That's why the blood ascends to the brain. Right? And that brain has a center called the pineal gland. And that correlates with the portal. So we went through the portal. Demonstrate here. The unknown, where the question was raised. Enter the portal. They have a bodily experience, physical. And that portal becomes the heart. So there's a shift of portals. That's the heart. And from here, we come to our next refinement. That's why the blood ascends to the brain. And also that center ascends to the brain. That's the pineal gland. So from center to center to center. There are 3 steps before we can deliver the total answer to the one who questioned. The answer itself, actually. I am, the one is the unknown I am. And here, the I am, that becomes visible, tangible, I am. And these 2 I ams had to be unified. So with the answer to know ourselves fully within this space, to have an experience, to know, and so when we are able to give the complete answer beyond the center of this pineal gland, then we can say, I am that I am. But because of our ignorance means we ignore the totality. We cannot help because we are divided. I am here, I am there. Right? So here we think, we use the brain, right, in a horizontal level. That means it's not coming back. It's still lingering on the horizontal, which is, right, a part of the circle, the horizontal. So the brain here also operates on the horizontal. That's the right and the left brain. So we think in terms of this is right, this is wrong, good, bad, like, dislike, mine, yours. So we create a border that does not exist, and we have this 2 sides, each side claiming, this is my border, God is on my side, this is my border, God is on my side, and when they come very close and meet, that's destruction, that's war. Unless we realize, right, that the unifying center is not only within us, here in our heart, but also that we can use by choice. And that's why the blood communicates the heart with the pineal gland, the center. But it requires the purity of blood. You cannot do it, see, when you drink Coca-Cola or have this salami pizza. I'll give you an idea what I'm talking about. This comes from 1 liter of original Coca-Cola. When you evaporate this, just like this, like a big glass. It's full with carbon and chemicals. When you put it in your blood, there's no way, see, that you can give the total answer. You get blocked. See, the blood cannot fully come to the center of centers, which is nothing. Similarly, as malted cheese, like pizza, they come from 1 slice of pizza, right? And that you cannot fully digest. You get stuck in your body, in your brain. See? It's all slimy, smelly, and more things like that. Manipulated foods, foods that doesn't have a center, like refined flour, white rice, white bread, no seed, right? And you cannot come to the center. So Humanity's thinking is horizontal. And it's based on the conditional. But now we need to know how to change the horizontal into the vertical. The real thinking, the total thinking, the unconditional, the eternal. That's why we have to align inner earth here, that is the small intestine, where the food changes into the blood. We have to align it via the heart with the inner heaven center. So there's an inner trinity. The best way, the first way, the primary way, right, to align this, to do this into that, right, is with food, of course. And that has been shared in the sacred art of eating, that many people also know as called macrobiotics. Right? But it's not a diet. It's a total teaching that today is not fully shared that way. Primarily just put this thing in your mouth to cure cancer and so on. Also, this is the cancer of the mind, cancer of the spirit, chaos. So we need a teaching, right, whereby we can know how to do this. And there are many therapies, including chanting, mantras. One very simple chant is Om. Om. Right? What does it mean? O correlates with the small intestine, the inner earth. Oh, breathe from the belly. Oh, and M, and that's more obvious when you say M. You feel your lips, see, vibrating, and that resonates to the brain. So when you say Om, you connect inner earth and inner heaven. That is the inner ascension to stimulate the blood from the inner earth to the inner heaven. That's why I say Om. Om. The next step is we have to come to the center of the M, but higher up here in the midbrain, that's the pineal gland. So that is the third portal. And that portal correlates with the sound of E. E. And it's so obvious. When you say E, so your whole brain vibrates and it's centering in the pineal gland. E. So if we want to proceed much beyond the brain, so you make the correlation between O, inner earth, right, and the center. O-E. So O-E is a chant of the Inca. With that, we can stimulate, see, our consciousness beyond the center of the brain. So that it's more liberated. We can go beyond the border of the ionosphere. See? That is the circle around the earth, the ionosphere. We go beyond. So we can chant initially Om. O-E. Can do it. So this is one introduction. I did many introductions because there's a teaching, the one heart teaching that had been kept secret for 33,000 years. That is now being revealed in the form of the one heart teaching. And just one of the messages to let you know this teaching is available via website www.oneheartportal.com/student. So for $50, that is less than a penny a day, when you live for another 10 years. But for the rest of your life, you can have access to all the teachings, the education, anything in the form of text, books, videos, courses, many, many things. And share it with other people. So www.oneheartportal.com/student. So please make use of it and know more of what it takes to give the complete answer and how to become conscious of how to use the body, how to use the power that we have, but we have to know how to use it. So we need that blood quality, not only by eating food, but also how to prepare it, how to combine it, how to eat it, how to digest it, how to refine it into consciousness. See, total eating. That means that we call the sacred art of eating. It's not a diet, right? Like having vitamins and proteins. And that is something that we see through the microscope. I'm talking about the totality, right? So we came through this portal from the great mystery with the question, who am I? And so that's the first portal, the mystery. And here, right now we are finalizing the last stage of getting the answer. And that's why there's so much chaos, so many aspects, but all using this mindset. So we cannot go through the portal because we got stuck, we got blocked. Right? And so also the heart is blocked. The heart requires the vertical, it's like the point of the arrow, to go through this portal. Here you're blocked. That's why the heart is connected. And this diaphragm is horizontal. Right? Horizontal. But below this diaphragm here in our body, right, that correlates with the separation between the ocean and the land, there is a center, that's the center of the earth. That's why we create our blood. So with that blood quality, we can transcend the horizontal and enter the center of the heart, which is nothing. The center of the center of the center. It's nothing. Empty. But contains everything. And the power. And from there, right, that nothing, that blood that carries the memory of the power can go to the next portal. That's the pinnacle blood. And here we can transcend another horizontal, which is the right and the left brain, and do this. Accept. And then we can come back. Then we can say, I am that I am. Right? Om. Oi. Right? And that is extra. It's like a like an exercise. But without this body creating the blood and the understanding by way of education, that is absolutely missing today. There's not one religion practically that talk about this. Why? Because it has been kept secret for a long time. It's not being revealed. www.oneheartportal.com/student. Please do.